Hi, I'm Marsh from StrataGames, and today we're playing some more. Hi, I'm Marsh from StrataGames, and today we're playing some more mono white. Although this is not white weenie, this is mono white aggro. Often white weenie is called mono white aggro, and I don't necessarily agree with that. Often white weenie is called mono white aggro, and I don't necessarily agree with that name. But this is definitely much more aggro. We're still playing Novice and Thraben Inspectors and now Leonardos, but we have a very low land count of 14, and we're playing a lot of artifacts like Ornithopter and Phyrexian Walker, which are entirely free to cast, because getting to 3 artifacts allows our Ardent Recruits to be 3/3s. Having more creatures allows us to convoke out Martyr's Soul, or if we attack with 3 creatures, we can play a Search Party Captain for 1, or if we have 5 creatures on the board, we can play Assault Road Pack Beast for 1. And we can return tapped or attacking creatures to our hand to make Darvals or Leonardos for really cheap. We also have Springleaf Drums so that these can operate as lands. And we're just playing for Remosian Rally as our interaction, kind of. A free way to pump our entire deck, which is just another value of our 0-cost guys. Even if they can't deal damage themselves, they have so much utility in this deck. This is a list by Tortugas, who got 3rd place in an event with this exact list. In the sideboard, we have some pretty interesting ones too. We're running 2 Mana Tithe, 2 Sunlance, Revoke Existence, Standard Bearer, Thraben Charms, and Holy Lights. So I'm pretty excited to try this out. Let's take it for a league and see how we do. Thanks to Card Market for sponsoring this video. I've written a comprehensive guide on how to play White Weenie in Pauper, including my ideal stock list, over 30 sideboard matchups, and a sideboard cheat sheet, which gives you a very easy snapshot view and what to sideboard for every single matchup. I also have guides for Black Sack and Esper Affinity. Each guide is only $15, and if you buy one, you will get all future updates that I ever make to that guide for free. I also offer coaching, so if you're interested in upping your Pauper game for any of the decks that I'm very proficient in, or if you're interested in having me play your deck in a future video, you can do a deck donation, which is the only way you'll ever see me playing Cycle Storm or Flickertron. Alright, we are on the draw here. We could play a Phyrexian Walker and a Thraben Inspector right away. But then, turn 2, if I don't get another creature or a land or something, I can just play a Martyr's Soul, and then the next turn I can play like Captain Pack Beast. This doesn't really feel good enough. If I had another Walker and I could like immediately play a Martyr's Soul into the party captains, that'd be really good. This might be okay, but I'm gonna mulligan it because it just doesn't feel quite good enough. Like, this one is a little better, I think. Play an Ardent Recruit and a Walker, and then we can be attacking with a 3/3 right away. Put back an Inspector, I guess. We're against something red. Ornithopter means that I can get this recruit to be a 3/3 immediately, which is decent. It still dies to a lightning bolt, but doesn't die to a galvanic without Metalcraft or anything like that. And they're going to Fiery Temper right away, taking down the recruit. So it looks like it is madness. I could play a Search Party Captain, or I can't play a Search Party Captain because I can only attack with 2 creatures. So I think I just play another Ardent Recruit. They plot a Highway Robbery and bolt the recruit. Get a Phyrexian Walker and an Inspector. So I'll be able to start playing Search Party Captains next turn. They Sazakip's Brew, discarding an Epicure, leaving the Highway Robbery in exile for now, but now they use it. Discarding a Faithless Looting, and cast another Looting. Discard a Snacker. None of that let them find a land, which is interesting. We get a Rally, so we'll swing with these guys. We'll save Rally for another turn or 2, just play a Captain. Martyr's Soul I can't quite play, so we'll just pass. If another Robbery, they did find a land this time. Sacrifice a Mountain, they get back Snacker, and grab the prize with a Lava Dart. So Martyr's Soul gets 2 extra counters if you don't spend mana on it, essentially. So I probably want to do that first, but if I tap 3 creatures, I actually can't then play the Search Party Captain this turn. That's a little annoying. Whereas I could play the Search Party Captain if I attack with 3 and then still play the Martyr's Soul just as a 3/2. I think that's probably better. Yeah. So we'll swing for 3, play a Captain, draw a card, then we'll Martyr's Soul, pass. Next turn I can play Inspector and then have up double Rally to pump 6 attackers for +12. That could be lethal if they don't leave back Chump Blockers. There's a Gutter Snipe, assuming we don't just die. They do attack with the Snacker. That bodes well for us. So we'll play Inspector. Oh, no, I don't have a Plains for these. Oh, come on. You have to control a Plains, and all I have is an Ancient Den, so I actually can't cast these, which is absolutely the difference between winning and losing this game. So I guess I'll just attack with the ground guys that have power. Yep, cannot alternative cost. Pass. They're going to Lava Dart us. Don't even care about killing our guy, because they're probably just going to kill us. 2 Lava Darts in the grave puts us to 6. So we're dead to like a Lightning Bolt and something else. Faithless Looting. Discards. Grab the prize. Mountain. They have a Fire Blast plus the Lava Darts. That's really annoying. If this was just a Plains, I mean, I know I wouldn't have had Metalcraft early, but these recruits would died anyway, so it didn't matter. If it was a Plains, I could have just cast those. So yeah, not great. I'm not sure what we even bring in here. I mean, Mana Tithe and Sunlance both seem okay, I guess. Like, Thraben Charm is decent in general, but we have such a low land count. I don't really know if I want to leave these up to, like, get a snacker. I think we saw that the recruits don't do much. I don't know. We'll try this. 1 mana, Inspector, then I can, like, Leonardo or Darval. This doesn't flood the board fast enough, I don't think. Here we have Walker plus Inspector. I guess this one's okay. Such a low land count. I feel like I'm never going to be able to leave up this Mana Tithe, but obviously catching a draw 2 or something could be pretty good with it. I think I'll put back an Inspector, cast a Walker. You're going to pass. Springleaf Drum. So I could Darval back the Inspector, but I think I'm going to leave up Mana Tithe to try to catch a 2-drop, like a draw 2. This might be wrong, but it feels like they're going to definitely play into it, right? Because why would they expect us to have a Mana Tithe? Oh, but look, we do. No snacker for you. That's pretty good. Play another Walker. Swing. Now we'll Darval. And we'll let them breathe easy. Playing the Inspector again. Grab the prize, discarding a Fiery Temper. Takes out the Darval. Gets back Snacker. Something good, please. Salt Road Pack Beast. I only have 2 mana. Costs 3 right now. It's not good enough. I'm just gonna crack a clue. Search Party Captain. Attack for 1. I played against this deck once the other day, and it was a lot more explosive than what I'm having so far, although it's only been a couple games. Swing with the Snacker. No flying on the Walkers. Flashback Looting. Discard Looting and an Epicure. Springleaf Drum. Let's attack with the team. Search Party for 1. Mana Tithe. I mean, I could play a Springleaf Drum, but then I can't hold anything up, so I might as well hold up Mana Tithe in case it's relevant. I could also have Sunlanced the Snacker. I might do that at some point. I'm trying to hold this for like a Gutter Snipe or whatever. There's a Robbery. Fiery Temper. At our face. Darval. Well, we're going to swing for 3. Darval back the Walker, so I can replay it. Then I can play Springleaf Drum and play Salt Road Pack Beast and an Ornithopter, which chump blocks the Snacker. That's not terrible. I take a Lightning Bolt though, so we're at 8. Block, grab the prize, discarding a Snacker, and there's the Gutter Snipe. Well, I guess if they just Fire Blast us, we die. But if they don't, which they're holding here, so we're definitely dead. And of course we don't have our Mana Tithe up, but whatever. Alright, that felt like a tough matchup. Maybe just not great draws. Alright, this seems like a pretty good hand. 2 mana, which I feel like our problem has been being on 1 mana. And then we have Ardent Recruits, the artifacts to make them be big on turn 2, into a Salt Road Pack Beast, which we will be able to play in a couple turns. Against more red, cast an Ornithopter, try to grow this guy. Still dies to a Lightning Bolt, but what are you going to do? They take 3, play a Recruit. Turn 3, we're going to have 7 damage coming in, plus then we get to play a Pack Beast for 1. They're going to Looting. Discard Gutter Snipe and a Fiery Temper. They do take out a Recruit, which makes sense. Darval. So I could Darval back like an Inspector, but then I can't play the Pack Beast this turn. I think I just want to go for damage, so we're going to buy back the Ornithopter, which I can replay. Lets me play the Pack Beast. And we get a Remosian Rally, which is exactly what I wanted to draw. If they try to bolt like the Pack Beast, I could keep it alive, but it might be better to just save this for an attack. They have a Looting, and they just concede. Alright, that's what we were supposed to do. Mana Tithe still seems good. I think we'll try Sunlance again as well. Cutting all the Recruits is maybe not the way to win here. This is a deck where I feel like maybe we just go down like one of a few different things. This is way too many lands, I think. 2 is perfect. 4 twice in a row. I haven't seen 4 lands. I've only seen 4 lands in my 3 other games combined. I mean, I could keep this, but I have no damage. I have just a Novice Inspector. Like, I think I can get a better 5. This is probably better. All right, I'm going to put back a land and a Captain, so we can go turn 2 Martyr's Soul as a 5/4. Turn 2 Martyr's Soul as a 5/4. Or I could just play it turn 1 as a 3/2. But then it just dies to a Lightning Bolt and I have no damage, so I think I'll wait. You got to grab the prize. Darval is pretty good, actually, because I get to... I'm taking a turn off from attacking, although for 1. But I get to play a 5/4, and then I get to also Darval back. Probably an Inspector. It's less damage... I already have an Inspector, plus I have things to do with my mana if I draw another land. I think I'll actually just buy back an Ornithopter here. I think I just want the damage on board. Don't want to take time to recast this Inspector. Even if I get a clue, I don't know if it'll matter because I already have 2 clues. And I need another land to be able to even crack them. And then it's like another 2 turns of cracking them. So it's like, maybe if I pick up this Inspector, 4 turns from now, I'll get 1 extra clue that'll matter. But maybe I'll just lose the damage every turn. Plot a Highway Robbery, Lightning Bolt the Darval, Fire Blast the Martyr's Soul. Okay, I mean, that seems... I mean, it's not great for us because we have no damage now, but it also can't be that bad for us if they lost 2 lands. But they still have a highway robbery. They have 3 cards in hand. Maybe they just have enough lands to recover. Wish I had a mana tithe for that. Cast the robbery. Discard a lava dart. We get a land, so question is, do I just want to crack a clue or play an inspector? They didn't get a land drop, which is pretty good. So that kind of makes me want to attack more, but I feel like 1 power from an inspector is not very relevant. So I think I'd rather crack the clue, because I think cracking clues is actually the way to get more power quicker. Yeah, so next turn I can like Darval plus inspector. There's an Epicure. That's it. Another plains. So now I probably just buy back an inspector and replay both inspectors, because I actually am getting mana to use the clues now. Because I was thinking I might do the Ornithopter again, but with the mana, I think Inspector makes sense. They bolt Darval. That's it. Sunlance. Let's crack a clue in case they get a Leonardo or something. Just another Inspector. Attack for 3. Play a Novice. They're going to discard to grab the prize with their blood token, trying to find a land. And they still don't find it. Salt Road Pack Beast. We'll just play that now. Again, pre-combat to see if we get a Leonardo. Alright, and they concede. Yeah, I mean, that one went a lot better than the first match. I don't necessarily hate the Fire Blast on the Martyr Soul, because they would have taken a lot of damage pretty quickly. And obviously they got a little unlucky not drawing a land for like 8 draws or something. On the play here, we have turn 1 Inspector, turn 2 Inspector Leonardo, and then we have these guys at some point. Yeah, I think this is decent. I think this hand would be really good with like 1 Phyrexian Walker or Ornithopter, just because we'd get an extra guy to attack with for like Search Party Captain or Martyr Soul or whatever, but I think it's okay. They start with a Spell Bomb. I don't care about that at all. Well, there's the Phyrexian Walker. I mean, that just makes our Leonardo better. I could Martyr Soul, but then I can't attack with the Inspector, and I also don't even get the counters from the Martyr Soul, so I think it's better to just Leonardo here, hoping it doesn't get snuffed out. Hit for 3. Alright, it's good. Vault of Whispers. This might be Jund, although obviously it currently looks like mono black. It could also just be like mono black Artifact Gardens, but kind of looks like Jund to me, with just a strange draw. Okay, so now I could Convoke Martyr Soul, but then I'm not hitting with Leo, and that's not very good. So I think I actually just want to double Search Party Captain here, which means I'm attacking with everything. Search Party, draw. Search Party, draw. Hope there's no like main deck Drowned Sorrow. Thraben Inspector. And now, I mean, I have 6, 10, 12 damage. I feel like I just throw out a Martyr Soul. Unless they have like a main deck Drowned Sorrow, which I'm not really expecting. Or I guess a Card Clan Shaman would be bad too. Then I think it's better to just throw out more creatures. But if they are Jund, they would need their like 1 untapped red source to play a Krark this turn, which I'm not too worried about. There's a Slagwoods Bridge and a Gixian Infiltrator. Alright, so that can chump block the Leonardo. And they take 7, 8, 9. If I find... I don't want to commit more creatures to the board because they could now have a Krark. If I can find a Remosian Rally, we can just win here. Or another Leonardo. Ornithopter. Well, I'm going to still look for that Remosian Rally. Ardent Recruit. Well, I guess they can actually trade with the Leonardo because they can sack the Spell Bomb, and that would be fine. Or they can just chump if they have a Krark, which is probably their better play. But if they crack the Spell Bomb, they might be showing they don't have a Krark. Or I guess they kind of need Krark regardless. Oh, I actually can play Ornithopter because it doesn't die to Krark, so let's do that. In case I draw like another Leonardo or Darval or something that I want to use this for next turn. They have a Wellspring, so they're digging for it. Or they have it and they just want another artifact on the board first. But no, they're drawing. Alright, we get that game. So we get Revoke Existence, and is that it? Sunlance doesn't do much. Mana Tithe for the Krark in the early turns. Maybe, but that seems unlikely to work. Krark, or for the Death Touch, but that's fine too. I think it's just Revoke Existence. In exchange for maybe Martyr's Soul, which is just big. Like this pile here is just big creatures, whereas these are like card draw. And so just big dies to Krark without even recouping our advantage, our cards. So I think it's better to get rid of those. Alright, this one is not super explosive, which is kind of what we want against Jund. We play an Inspector, turn 2 we play another Inspector. I can't even get a Search Party Captain down. But it is a lot of value, because every one of these draws us a card. I just don't think this is what we need against Jund. I think we need something much more explosive. This is obviously worse. This is better, although going down to 5 here is brutal. Recruit, and I guess Captain, because Captain doesn't look like I can use. Now Recruit, I only have 1 artifact. Let's just do this. I don't know. They're going to have a bad start for us to be able to win this one, I think. Play Inspector, Wellspring. So I could get down to Leonardo, but it's only hitting for 1, so what does that even matter? Probably just play a Recruit in case I get like an Ancient Den or something next turn. Yeah, because also if I pick up the Inspector, I'm actually losing an attacker for the Captain. They're just playing some artifacts. Another Leonardo. I think I'm still just doing Inspector. The Leonardo is only a little bit more damage. Breath Weapon. Well, I have a Remosian Rally to save our 2 Inspectors. Not the Recruit, unfortunately, because I just haven't had 3 artifacts. So it's not the worst. It's probably better than a Chrysalis, to be honest. Revoke Existence. I can't search Party Captain, so here we definitely do just Leonardo, because it's all we have. They have a Wildfire and an Insight. Sack their landscape. Search Party Captain. I'm still not going to play that, so might as well just play this pre-combat, getting more damage. They've drawn a lot of cards, though. I fear they're probably going to have a Krark at some point here. Not to mention a Chrysalis. I could throw away Inspector, or actually throw away Leonardo to get a Search Party Captain down, but that's like all I have, which is probably worth it. If we draw land, at least we can start playing more clues and things. Or cracking clues. We have so much to do with our mana right now. Yeah, I'm going to swing. We're going to block everything so that I don't Leonardo again. I would love a land drop so I could play 2 captains here. Perfect. Another land is decent. Lembas. And there's Chris. Phyrexian Walker. I think I just crack a clue. I'm not going to throw everything away now for like a captain or a Leonardo, which I can't even reliably get. Let's play these guys. Pass. There's Krark. I don't have a Remosian Rally, and they give it a counter anyway, so that would make it so they could keep up. Refurb on top. They play a Refurb. I think this one's just over. They have a Wildfire. Sack a Lembas to an Offering. Map onto the Krark. Still just a 2-2 because they get a Slagwood's Bridge. I don't know how we get out of this, because like a rally to save our guys after their Krark kills itself is usually the goal. But since it's a 2-2, it's not going to kill itself until it kills all of these. And they are going to go for it now. Krark again, wipes the board. Got an Inspector. They got 5 cards in hand. I think we're just going to scoop it up. Bad mulligan and just too slow. I don't really feel like we have sideboard cards to help here. I'm not even sure the revokes are very good. Maybe they're better on the play here if we can take first bridge, which looks like we might be able to. But with our low land count, it's also been unreliable to even get 2 mana right away. Play Recruit. Alright, they do play a bridge, and double revoke might be able to get us there. Swing for 1. Twisted Landscape. They've learned. Alright, this is why we played the Ardent Recruit, because we have a Walker and a 3-man Inspector now. It can be a 3-3. Attack for a little bit more. And they play a Swamp. Leonardo. They're going to cast down the Recruit. That's a little annoying. It's a lot of damage I lost. Pick up Inspector, hit for 3, play Inspector again. And they have a Terminate? Oh my gosh, they're ready for the Leonardo? And now they have no bridges? What is this? Inspector. I think I just cracked a clue though. Yep, there we go. Land Inspector. Attack for 1. And they have Chris. There's a Leonardo. If I attack with everything, I get in for 4. Might as well crack a clue. Phyrexian Walker actually makes it so I can Remosian Rally after. Although, if everything gets blocked, it's not really going to do much. They don't. They only block the Ornithopter. So if I Leonardo here, we're dealing 7. And then I Rally, I'm dealing 10. They go to 2. Is that worth it? Or I could put them to 3, 1 more if I pick up an Inspector. But then I get an extra draw. Do I just want to save the Rally? Because we're still hitting for 6 here. I think we want to save it. Pass. And they have another Chrysalis. Oh boy. We got 1 Revoke Existence off, and then suddenly they had the removal they wanted and needed, and only non-artifact lands in a deck with 10 artifact lands. It's crazy. Okay, we do have double Rally. Let's crack a clue. Inspector, and just pass. There's a bridge, finally, although I don't think I care to exile it that much anymore. There's a 3-mana Refurb. I feel like the Search Party Captain's not very good, because if I attack with everything, we're going to lose stuff. So I feel like I'm only going to be attacking when it's time to, like, win. So yeah, that guy doesn't seem very good. Darval doesn't seem great either. Same reason. Crack a clue, play planes. I guess I'm going to revoke this Refurb, because it's a blocker, and it's an artifact for, like, a Krark. There's an Infiltrator, another Darval. I could just start casting 3/3s. I could obviously use a Remosian Rally to tap an Inspector so I could pick it back up so I could get a clue, but I'm basically just cycling Rally, and Rally could be good, especially with 2 of them. They're not really expecting that, probably. I think I'm just going to play this out. Martyr's Soul, that lets me use Darval without throwing away creatures, and makes a pretty big guy. Darval back the Inspector. Oh, I forgot this guy's legendary. I can't have 2 of him. Well, whatever. He wasn't doing anything any good anyway. We'll draw to see if we get like an Ornithopter or something. They're going to cast down the Martyr's Soul. Another Leonardo is good if we can get around them. Like if we can have more attackers than they do, have blockers, then we could get one Leonardo down to win. Currently we have 6 attackers, so they could block everything, but they would have to lose 3 spawn, but then we'd lose 3 guys, and then we wouldn't have it much better the following turn. So we'll just pass here. They have a refurb, which I really feel like I need Leonardo to be the thing that get me over the finish line, because Remosian Rally doesn't matter if they have blockers, so that are, you know, way bigger than ours. But there's Krark, and now we don't have double Remosian Rally, which might be fine if they don't have a way to give it a counter, or Death Touch, obviously. Although Death Touch wipes their whole board too, so that's actually not the worst. Well, we're going to play an Inspector. Crack that. Ancient Den. I mean, if they were to sacrifice some stuff to Krark, they would wipe all their spawns, so that would actually be really good for us if our rally could keep our guys alive. They have 9 creatures, we only have 8. I would love some pack beasts. Second rally is not terrible. Like, I just need creatures that can chain into each other so I can suddenly have a couple creatures more than them. Lembas and a Wellspring. They'd seen so few artifacts throughout the game, I was hoping that would continue. Oh, they're sacking a spawn, which probably means they're going to go in on the Krark. And with 2 rallies, we're hoping this keeps our board alive. Play a Wellspring. Swing with the refurb. I mean, they only have 6 blockers here, but obviously still Krark. Ornithopter we're going to play because that allows us to rally, and I can hardcast a rally, so I think we attack now. I mean, they could also just have like a breath weapon, although that's about the same. Yeah, I mean, I think they gave us the opportunity. I feel like it's probably a trap that we're walking into, but I just don't think it's getting better for us. And they probably should, and you know, probably should and will play around 1 rally. I don't know if they're gonna think to play around 2 or be able to play around 2. They're sacking spawns before blocks, so that's an interesting sign. I don't know. Probably means they're gonna Krark for 1, for 2. Like, they could just drop Krark for 5, and I guess I wouldn't be able to do anything about it even with the 2 rallies. So I guess that's what they should do. They only did it for 1 though, or 3. So now we're gonna Remosian Rally off this Ornithopter. They could also have a breath weapon, is my concern. Yeah, so that's gonna be 5 damage total, which means my second rally is not gonna keep everything alive, even my big guys. It's not gonna kill their stuff. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, no, everything dies, unfortunately. I mean, I could keep Ornithopter alive, but that doesn't matter. That was close. I guess this one's okay. 1 mana, could be a little brutal again. We're against Cycle Storm. I don't really know what we do against that. Thraben Charm's in the sideboard, I guess. Maybe with a faster clock, we could have like a turn 3 or 4 win. 3 seems impossible. 4 maybe, though. But we're not going to have that right now, and it seems like we're probably just going to lose then. They cast Page. Plains. Inspector. Springleaf Drum. Inspector. I can hit for 3. I mean, this is actually relatively fast. 3, and then next turn I can like Leonardo, Rally, or something. They're just going to pass. Guess no land drop. So I could Martyr's Soul, but then we're losing out on way too much damage. Like, not just 5, but also whatever we get from Leonardo. So I think I should just play an Inspector, swing, and block an Inspector. I could rally to, like, kill their Page. I don't know if that even matters. It's a mana dork, I guess. It means I wouldn't be able to play this Inspector, but I would hit for 9. I don't think that's better than just replaying our Inspector. They cycle 3 cards and activate a Page. I will say killing a Page does mean that they can't use the Grandeur ability. Of course, they would have just done it in response, but then if they Reaping the Graves and buy these guys back, they wouldn't be able to do it again without casting a Page. So that could have been relevant. They Cabal Ritual a couple times. Cycle some stuff. Rowan's Grim Search. There's Reaping. Cycle Page again. They have another Reaping in hand. We'll tell you if they win the game. Alright, they got there. We get Thraben Charms. Revoke Existence can hit their lands, which can hurt them a little bit. It's not really the best. Mana Tithe theoretically could catch them on a turn, but that doesn't seem very good either. I think it might just be Thraben Charms. This is not a deck where we want to overboard. I think 4 really good cards against them is better than bringing in 8 cards where 4 of them are kind of mediocre. We want to go fast, so I feel like we cut, like, I mean, Inspectors are honestly some of our slowest, but they're 1-drops, so I don't want to cut too many of them. Because these guys are, like, reliant on other stuff. And, like, Pack Beast is great, but, like, I don't actually care about drawing the cards if I'm just trying to hit them really hard. I don't know. What do I know about this deck? This one needs another land to be that fast and doesn't have any interaction. I need to draw both a land and a Thraben Charm to have a chance to interact. I think I gotta throw it back. If it was the perfect hand with no interaction, I would keep it, but it's not. And this one's not good either. I guess we have to keep this one. Yeah, we're gonna lose, I think. This is not a good hand. Well, we drew the Thraben Charm, so I guess that's something. Darval back our Ornithopter. Pass. They have a page. Loose Leaf. I mean, we're attacking. I don't think I want to... The chances they go off next turn I think are low. I could Leonardo, or I could just search Party Captain, which is unexciting for 2 mana, but I think probably better. Yeah, let's do that. Plains. Now next turn I can Leonardo plus a Thraben Charm. I guess that's decent. Assuming we're not already dead. They cycle a Horror and a little Flooded. Although I guess that lets me buy back and replay the Search Party Captain and still have Thraben Charm up. It's less damage, but it's a card draw, which could be good. If I just do Ornithopter, I get in for 8. That's not even a 2-turn clock, though. So I think I still just do the Captain. Hit for 6. Draw a card. Springleaf Drum, I can play that. Might as well. If they cycle 3 things at the end step here, I maybe just Thraben Charm them, but they only cycled 1, which is interesting. There's a Barrenmoor, Lotus Petal. Usually they only cast that on the turn they're going to try to go off. Duress. Well, that sucks. I'm gonna exile the 4 cards they got in their graveyard, I guess. I could like blow up the page, but I feel like that does a lot less. And it is relevant cards. They could Reaping in Response, which, you know, they probably will, but what else can I do? I was gonna hold it a couple cards longer, but I can't if they have the Duress. They Reap in the Graves, although there's only 3 things to get back, so that's not the worst. But I guess they're just low on creatures in general, because they only have 2 other cards in hand. But they can get them all back, then let this resolve, and then cycle, which is what they did. I have 9 damage on board, so I just need to find a Remosian Rally. That's not anything good. Nope, don't have lethal this turn, so... And I'm gonna cycle this Darval by bouncing back the Search Party Captain, I guess. In case I find another Thraben Charm. Draw a card, and it's an Ardent Recruit, so we'll see if they can just kill us. They have a Lotus Petal, a bunch of mana, Dark Ritual, Songs, and their last card must be Reaping for them to not have conceded, I think. Yup. 4 creatures to get back. They need to hit pretty well, but they definitely could if they hit, what, another Reaping, maybe a Ritual, some more Cyclers. Page is pretty good, because that finds them Rowan's Grim Search. Yeah, it's pretty strong. But we win. Oh, right, because they were at 2, so they couldn't Rowan's Grim Search without dying. So I guess it was less strong than I thought. All right. Well, let's see if we can get the last game here. That's a beautiful hand. You feel like rallying? I feel like rallying. This is not a turn 2 Pack Beast. I mean, I think I have to keep it, though. I can crack a Clue on turn 2, I guess, which is really bad start. Okay, that's great. Martyr's Soul allows me to... not only get that like an extra 3/2 down a turn on turn 1, but also does let us play our Pack Beast on turn 2. So now we have the pressure really early. All we need is to find a Thraben Charm, some interaction. Okay, perfect. Well, mostly perfect. I feel like I'm going to play Pack Beast here because I don't quite have the pressure, and this becomes a 2-turn clock. Yeah, I'm not going to leave up Thraben Charm. If they kill me on turn 3, they got it. But I think usually they kill on turn 4. I really need the extra pressure, and we'll leave up Thraben Charm the next turn. But Street Wraith makes it easier for them because it's a 2 Street Wraiths. They get some free cycles in. So that can be pretty bad. Oh, but they passed us, so we're not dead. That's great. Well, I'm just swinging. I'm not playing anything, and we'll pass. If they tap out at the end step here to cycle, then I would Thraben Charm. Yeah, because I think the chances they can win with their entire graveyard gone are very low here, and it's a lot riskier to do it on their turn when they could then have a bunch of responses like Reaping the Graves. So here they have to like cycle and then have a million rituals and stuff, which they could, but 7 creatures getting exiled I think is well worth it. All right, we win the match. Nice. All right, last round here, and this hand looks decent. We have the very fast start, but we don't necessarily have tons of follow-up. Like, I would love a Pack Beast or something here. That's okay. We finally have a Springleaf Drum on turn 1 with Ornithopter, so that's cool. So play Springleaf Drum, Ornithopter, Phyrexian Walker, and immediately Ardent Recruit. Drop 5 of our cards on turn 1, and they play a tap land, gain life. So it could be Orzhov Glintblade. Ooh, that's a great draw. Or it could just be some other Orzhov deck. We get to attack for 3, now play a Captain for 1. Darval, pick up. We could go for pressure, but I think I just want to... Oh, I can't pick up the Search Party. Oh, I can pick up the Search Party Captain. Because I can do this, tapping this, pick it up, draw another card. I think that's great. Well, this is an incredible start. See, this is when this deck looks broken, because how do they combat this? They don't. It's usually the answer. Attack for 8. Maybe they have a cast down for like Ardent Recruit. Okay, so they take 5, but I'll draw another card. Leonardo. Could have done that. No, I couldn't have done that this turn because I had to play this after combat. That's fine. We will get a very powerful Leonardo next turn, which is probably lethal. I mean, currently it's dealing 7 plus everything else we have on board. They have an Inspector, so unless they were a deck that played like a Breath Weapon main deck, this is just insane, pretty much unbeatable. Basilica, we get a Martyr's Soul. Yeah, I think I will do that. I'm only losing 1 damage here, and I actually get the damage back in the Leonardo. Plus I just get a 5/4. Plus I can crack a clue, because I can Springleaf Drum for the Martyr's Soul. And we get a Rally. Well, I can't Rally and Leonardo unless I want to leave back another guy, which I don't think I need to do. So let's just attack. Leonardo is going to be 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Hit for 10. And we'll pass. And they concede. Yeah, I mean, that was our kind of our nuts start. It was a good opening hand, but it wasn't crazy, but we drew everything we needed to, which is fantastic. So they're Orzhov, Glintblade, so Revoke Existence seems decent, and that's about it. I don't even know if it's necessary if we just go wide, but now they're going to be playing like Arms of Vidar and stuff. Might be a reason for Mana Tithe, actually. Obviously, we have rallies too, but Mana Tithe could be decent. All right, let's just see how this goes. Can't keep a no-lander. Ooh, this is a really bad... Yeah, this is not keepable. We have nothing to play until turn 3 because we don't have a way to get these out early, plus Springleaf Drums are useless. This is all mana. This one's decent. I think I can put back a Plains because we have Walker and Springleaf Drum, unless I want to get rid of the drum and just keep another Plains. No, I think we get rid of the Captain. This was a pretty good 7. It's an okay 5. We get the Captain back here. Well, we'll play Springleaf Drum, Walker, and Inspector. They have Refurb taking one of our last cards. That's pretty bad. I think I just get rid of the Leonardo. I think I need the card draw, honestly. Leonardo with like no creatures on board doesn't really matter. Although I can't attack, like if I attack with these two for the search party captain, I can't actually use the Springleaf Drum. Well, I'm gonna attack. I probably should just have Springleaf Drum to the Inspector and then Darvald it, because if they block, this is actually really bad. Yeah, that was not good. That was a huge mistake. We'll crack a clue. All right, pass. Well, lesson learned. Now they have a Tithing Blade for the Walker, which is fine in general, but it does shut off our drum for now. I get to play Inspector and then Darval. This is what I should have done before with the Inspector. But now if they have a way to get back the Tithing Blade, they eat our 3/3, and our captains are rotting in hand here. Yep, there's the Glint Hawk. I mean, this was already a bad mulligan, or the mulligan was rough, but we definitely misplayed that, and it's not helping. Ancient Den. Play that and pass. Yeah, and if they can just keep Tithing Blading us, we're probably going to lose because we can't keep a creature, although Lembas doesn't do that. Oh, well, they just have a Tithing Blade. In hand, crack a clue, Springleaf Drum, crack a clue, Mana Tithe. Don't think it matters at this point. Let's just go to the last game. Like I said, I made a mistake there, and that could have cost the game. I could have maybe stabilized if we just didn't make that mistake. So it was not all the mulligan, although that did not help. This one's pretty good, though. We get to do turn 1 Martyr's Soul. That's always a good sign. Ardent Recruit. And this deck is pretty resilient to Tithing Blade because, look at this, we get to put a million creatures on the board on turn 1, but if they are able to kill us down to just 1 creature and then Tithing Blade us every turn, we will lose to that. I could Darval, but I think I'd rather just Inspector because it gives us 2 more damage from this Recruit this turn. So I can just hit for 6 already. I mean, we had another, not quite the nuts, but pretty close start. Grim Bauble on our Martyr's Soul. So I could Ramogian Rally to keep that alive. Rally's probably going to deal 3-ish damage anyway, maybe more, but I think it's worth keeping the creature around because this will deal 3 damage this turn. Maybe not if they play Glenhawk and block, but still. Yeah, it's okay. Plains. I guess I'd just attack with these two. I kind of want to attack with the Inspector, but then they block it and they take 6. And I'm not going to be able to Darval this anyway. I think I want to keep up the aggression though, so maybe I just bounce back a Walker. Yeah, because if they kill Inspector, all I'm going to have is a 3/3, and I'd like to have 2 3/3s, so let's do that. A Tithing Blade, that's even better. We'll get rid of Ornithopter's less toughness. Flies, but that doesn't matter too much. Yeah, I think I'd rather get rid of the Ornithopter in case they have like an Arms of Vidar later. Or it just has to bobble or whatever. Leonardo is great. Oh, I did lose an artifact, which means Ardent Recruit is smaller. But 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm going to bounce the Inspector so that we can go back up to 3 artifacts. And because it's the most value, even if we're losing 1 damage. Even in Arms of Vidar doesn't hurt us that much. It kills just a 3-bit Inspector because all our other stuff is 3 toughness. So the best they could probably do is like Bauble plus Glint Hawk plus Skyfisher or something. They play Refurb for 2. Even like a Skyfisher as a second blocker doesn't do anything though. They chump, and still die. Plus we got a Ramosian Rally. I mean, I'll swing with these guys. They could have a cast down or something, but again, that's still like block here, cast this down. They take 4. Plus we have a Rally, so they're just going to take it. I assume it's lethal. All right. So we go 3-2. Not a bad record at all. And, pretty fast, about an hour and a half, I was able to get in the league. So this is definitely a fun aggro deck if you want to try that. It can have a nuts start, kind of like a red rally or something like that, where you just have way too many creatures on turn 2 or 3 and your opponent is just going to lose. But I feel like the deck loses to itself a little bit. We had to mulligan. I mean, just because we had too few lands, because it's such a low land count deck, but also just, if we draw all of our high cards, or really any combination of these, or any combination of just these, it's kind of bad. I mean, if we draw all of the cheaper stuff, we can make do, but if we draw all of the expensive stuff, we got a mulligan. And I'm not generally that big of a fan of decks that don't have a lot of interaction and things like that. Obviously, aggro decks, Black Sack is one that is another aggro deck, but there's a lot of interaction in Black Sack. This one, your Thraben Charms are in the sideboard, so I probably prefer White Weenie to this, but if you want to just take White Weenie and go all the way to the limit, I think that's sweet. I did try Martyr's Soul in White Weenie for a while as a way to speed up the deck a little bit, and I liked it for a bit. Obviously, I don't play it now, but I do like that this card has a home somewhere, and Ardent Recruit is also a favorite of mine, as I love Mirrodin. So this deck is sweet. If you want to just play a bunch of cheap creatures and go really fast, roll the dice on whether or not you're going to get an insane hand, then this deck is pretty good for you. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks to my supporters, like my $10 and up monthly supporters. If you want to support me on a monthly basis, you can check out my Metafy link down below, or you can join my YouTube memberships, which allows you to get access to videos early. Thanks to my current $10 and up supporters like Howard Granger, JDNPX, Howcaz, Cody Cowell, Sty, DJ Vinyl, and In Buns We Bust. I really appreciate the support, and I will see you all next time.